Hi, I'm Juliana Johnston Centuria, Morah Chanah, and this is Jonathan.
Hi.
Shalom. We're looking at lesson 17 in our book, and this chapter focuses on a couple tricky exceptions. This first little phrase you've heard me say a bunch of times in class, Chag Sameach. You try it too.
Chag Sameach.
Chag Sameach.
Chag Sameach.
Do you remember what that means?
Happy holiday.
Happy holiday, right? And you can say that for any holiday.
Chag Sameach.
Yeah, Chag Sameach.
I'm going to declare this a holiday because it's the first actually sunny day.
I know, it's so nice out. It's so much like spring that we're filming outside today, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so Chag Sameach is one of those words that is at the top of the chapter. It means happy holidays. And what's different about it, why don't we show them the word Sameach? Thank you. So what's different about it is the end. So if you didn't know that this is you already know it's pronounced Sameach, but if you didn't know it, you'd look at that end and you'd think from what we know in class it would be Samecha, right? Because usually we say the letter and then the vowel that's under it in Hebrew. This is an exception. That's the theme of this chapter, picky exceptions. This is one. When it's a chet, only the chet, not the other ch sound, but just this one, the chet. And when it's this you know there's three ways to make an It has to be this So it's just this particular combination at the end of a word. And that's it. That's the exception. And if you were to look on page 79, I'm on line 2, and I hope you'll join me on line 2, page 79. Let's look at some of these words that are more common that you might recognize. So this one, you want to try that first one?
Luach.
Luach. That is, you remember when I say Einayim al ha-luach, when I'm pointing at the what?
House.
Well, here I'm pointing at the house, but in the classroom, when I say that, what am I pointing at? I say, Einayim al ha-luach.
Wall.
Well, where do I do this?
Oh, you mean the writing?
Yeah.
Oh, on the board.
Board, it means board. That big whiteboard is called a luach, board. So I say, Einayim al ha-luach, bavakasha. Eyes on the board, please.
I never knew that.
Okay, I bet probably everyone at home's thinking the same thing. Oh, that means board, whiteboard, or chalkboard. Okay, whichever. Okay, look at this one. You're going to recognize this word, I think. This one.
Tapuach.
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 Does that sound familiar?
It's apple or honey.
Apple.
Honey is devash.
Right, so that's apple. Here's one more you might have heard before. Look at this one. This is the fourth word on the same line.
Ruach.
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 That means, do you know what that one means? No? Sometimes I say, like, you can feel the ruach.
Can you feel the heat?
No, spirit.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, so good. So you can see there's a few words that we know that use that ach ending. Okay? There's not a ton. It's an exception, but you can see that there's some common words that we're going to want to know. That's why we learn it as an exception. Okay, the other key word for this chapter is mitzvot. And I know everybody's heard that one before, right? And in the book it has the number 613 next to the word. Do you know why that is?
That's how many commandments there actually are.
Yes, that's right. 613.
And that's how many fringes are
On the talit?
Yeah,
the
talit.
tzitzit, the fringes on the talit. There's 613 to represent one for each of the mitzvot. That's exactly right. And these are all the mitzvot that are found in the Torah. Okay, but a lot of them don't apply today. That's the thing. And you'll learn more about that as you get older. Okay, so at the bottom of page 79, there's a place where everybody can practice writing. And I'd like everybody to try writing these two words. Oh, you know, we didn't really mention what's different about mitzvot. What's different about this when you spell it the right way? Let's show everybody. Mitzvot. Well, it looks like maybe it would be meets oat, right? Because when the vav has the dot on it, you're supposed to say oh, right?
But it's another one of those terrible exceptions.
I know. Hebrew is really easy until it's not, right? So how does this work, Jay? How do we know?
When a vowel comes before that,
Okay.
or shva.
When a shva
comes before it, it makes the
vo. Okay, so it becomes not only its V self, but also its O self, right? So it becomes vo. So when it's after shva like this, meets vote, and you were right, sometimes it's after a vowel. So let's take a quick look at one of those. But before we do that, let's have everybody take a second to just pause and practice writing the two words at the bottom of page 79. So you can go ahead and do that at home, and we'll wait for you. Okay, you're back, and we're looking at the top, or let's see, on page 81, toward the middle of the page, number 1. And this is the other way you can find that vo. We were saying if it's after a shva, then it's going to be a vo, or it could be after a vowel. So let's help them look at this example. So on number 1, how do you say the first word?
Avon.
Avon. And how do you know that's a vo instead of just the O?
Because under that ayin there's the sound, and
right.
after that there's the va.
Because it can't be the word aon, because that breaks all the Hebrew rules that we know, that you've got to have an actual vowel there, right? Okay, so what about the second one on that line?
Own.
Own. That's right. Exactly. Okay, so let's look at the second line, because these are a little bit tricky. Tell me the first word. How do we say that one? Mitzvot, that's right. And how about the second word?
Matzot.
Matzot, right? So, good. So at home, we'll have everybody finish this box, and you're trying to find the one where it says vo, and hopefully that will make a little more sense once you have a chance to do it at home. Okay, so 2 little picky exceptions, and it's just a matter of memorizing them, you know, being able to recognize them. Looking forward to seeing everybody in class when we're going to review the Morah Chanah, and it's been really fun filming outside, right? Yeah, are you feeling ready for the Morah Chanah? Are you a mumbler at the end, or do you know all the words?
When we get to like the very last 2, I'm mumbling.
Yeah.
Before
You're doing pretty well. You know what I think we might do in class is I think we might skip straight to, you know, that third paragraph and really focus on those last 2 lines, because I think that's where everybody starts to mumble. It's like, it starts out so strong. Morah Chanah.
And then
I know, it's kind of funny. So we'll really work on that, because we're going to have a very long spring break. It's almost a whole month, and everyone will celebrate Passover while we're gone. So I really look forward to seeing everybody in class, because then it'll be a long break before we see everybody again. All right, so should we say shalom?
Shalom.
Ve'lehitraot.